Okay, what's up guys? We're live. I need to do a couple quick battles to get the platinum points or a little bit extra stats. Just to do all that I can get so that we can win some live arena battles. If I do well today, and I guess I missed like 40 minutes of it, but I might get the mythic loot today. Also, I hope I meet more Solanars. People are pretty happy about him and like him. I have yet to meet a lot of Solanars in the live arena though. I want to meet more. I think it's only been like 2 battles so far. But he is getting pretty popular. I've been meaning to do like 3-hour session for the last week, but I think I've been mostly doing 1-2 hours a day at the best. At the start I was doing a lot more. I've been doing the working out and fasting thing that I was talking about a few times this year, and you know, sometimes I'm like too tired or I'm like super sweaty and I want to go shower, and I always like I always have to do it just when I'm about to play live arena, and I haven't done a lot of full sessions, but there's still time, so I'm not, you know, it's still gonna come down to if I can win battles. I can still play more in the last week. But I need to stop slacking. Man, even Gold 4 is kind of hard these days. Predator lost like all of his health. He's not gonna do any damage. I might as well just give up on this battle. Dude, I just want to get quick battles in. Ah, there's no way. I'm just gonna give up. Okay, I'm gonna waste some gems. I don't want to do like 3-hour battles in classic arena. I just want to get couple easy auto wins and go play some live arena. Where is all of the one-man defenses we used to have back in the day? Like 2 years ago, if you were in gold, you know, it would be kind of hard to find actual teams. Everybody had one-man defenses up and people would kind of roast you if you had actual defense in gold. Now you don't find too many one-man defenses. And I just want to climb plat. I don't want to like actually play. So anyway, what's up everybody? I have a death dealer on Rotos. I can show it in a second. The thing about Rotos, not that he is the most popular champion right now, even though he's completely, you know, top tier and viable even at the highest levels of live arena, more so than classic arena. But there's 2 really good options. One is really hard to get. Okay, fuck. One is really hard to get, one is really easy to get. And he has insane synergy with them. I happen to have the... Oh, okay, I think we lost. Well, unless I get extra turn. I happen to have the hard to get one. But either you have Aspect of Siroth, which is a legendary relic, and you lose turn meter if they are about to deal a killing blow, but then... God damn. But then, you know, his passive procs and you get extra turn anyway, even though you lose turn meter. And it kind of makes Rotos really hard to kill, really annoying. And that's kind of the tanky Rotos build. And then there is the Death Dealer, which is really hard to get, very RNG. But it's a mythic relic from the live arena loot pool, which means that it's like extremely hard to get. At least it's not seasonal, but it takes a lot of effort just to get the materials, and chances are that you're not gonna get Mythic, and even if you get Mythic, it's gonna be a wrong one. But with that, Rotos doesn't need any crit rate in his build. He always crits, including against you know, force affinity targets. You can't weak it. The what you call it? The Marius Enfeeble. You will crit through Enfeeble. You will crit through Bayek and everything, but you take double damage, and that's what I have on Rotos. I'll show it to you in a second. Yeah, I might start next season a bit slower. We'll see about it. I think next season, assuming that I get top 100 this season, which is still the goal, if I get that, I think I start a little bit slower next season. Maybe do a little bit other content and chill out on Live Arena and give myself a break and have more fun early on with high win ratio, and then later push. So yeah, Death Dealer is kind of a lot of Giga Whales and hardcore arena players don't have this. It's very limited opportunities to get this one, but this is definitely like really good on Rotos, but both of them are good. Aspect of Xerath is still good. Both of these just happen to have really good synergy with with Rotos passive specifically, because even though with Death Dealer you take double damage, or it's more than that, but let's just call it double damage. It depends what level you have it. It's bad against supports, usually, because that means that even they can do a lot of damage, and often not enough to proc your passive, but a lot of damage regardless. But if you take half of your health, then you get extra turn, you proc the passive, you can take more. Sometimes it helps that Rotos takes more damage, so that he doesn't take a lot of damage without proccing the passive. He always procs it and gets extra turn. And there's so many force affinity champions in the meta, plus the other stuff like the Enfeeble and maybe occasional Bayek and so on. This is very good, but Xerath makes him a tank, Death Dealer makes him like a, you know, damage dealer. Also, people often don't expect you to have the Death Dealer, so you can kind of surprise enemies oftentimes when they will pick champions like UDK and R-base and a lot of force affinity to counter you, and actually it doesn't matter at all. Wait, I still need more wins. Bro, do I need to do another refresh? I don't wanna do 15 minutes of classic arena battles. Okay, what is the chat saying? I don't ever want to look at this. I feel like we should be able to just auto it. Yeah, I did see the new Fusion. I haven't actually made a video about it, very, you know, quick one. I mean, to recap my video about it, and it wasn't like long. I purposely wanted to make it as short as possible, but I mean, it's good. I think the faction wars on the new faction is gonna be easy, the Argonite one. I feel like with this fusion, the last fusion, and basically any reviver or healer, you can auto 21 already, assuming that you have like a regeneration or some other set for reviver or healer. It's gonna be really easy to do the faction wars in this specific faction, I think. They probably do it on purpose. They want it to be like that you can catch up with the new faction, it seems, considering that we're getting back-to-back fusions for the same faction, and both of them kind of seem to be intended to be good in faction wars. Not just like it's the old meme that any bad fusion is good in faction wars, but they have specific mechanics that are good in faction wars, like you take less damage from bosses, or your teammates do less damage and you do shields and this kind of stuff. They sound good, but they're not really often relevant in PvP, but they are really good in faction wars. But Parium always types this kind of, not too long, but like a several sentence like flavor text about the new champions when they try to promote them. and they were just talking about him in PvP and him being like crazy nuker and support for PvP or something like that, I will say forget about it. Unless you're a newer account, like in general, he's like good. Most legendary champions in the game, I'm sure on average, are much worse than him. With the current power creep, is irrelevant in top tier PvP. I don't think it will have like any use at all. Apart from people that don't have better champions. I mean, there is that. I think it's gonna be more like a Faction Wars champion. Maybe he will be used in some PvE bosses, because he did have some potential. He has like a nuke that scales with the debuff duration and ignore defense, and then he does like things. Maybe he can be used on Chimera missions or just some boss damage potentially, but it's good if you're an ultra endgame player. You can totally skip it, or even if you're not, but if you're not like concerned about the Faction Wars, it's a skippable fusion. I don't think you're gonna like it's not gonna hunt your dreams like missing out on Fabian or something like that. So you could just save your resources for whatever comes next, you know. I did that with Hilvi and I'm still getting crap for it months later, but yeah, I'm gonna go for it, assuming that they don't make the fusion insanely hard, mainly for the Faction Wars, but I'm not expecting to use the champion in PvP. I don't know if I'm even gonna try it. We'll see about that. Maybe I will. Who knows? But I don't have like... When I see some new champions, I instantly have some ideas in my mind how I wanna use him. Except, you know, I always need some other champions to do those things, and my fantasies, I never can make them come true. This one, I don't really have any fantasies about using him in arena, so I think that says a lot, because usually if they have like any kind of niche use for PvP, I will definitely fantasize about it. But, you know, average fusion, pretty good, considering that it's a new champion. It's definitely better than most old champions in the game. But is it like relevant in endgame? Maybe a little bit, but it's not like, you know, it's the second coming of Fabian or something like that. I'm sure the PvE lords, I wish Deadwood Jedi was still active on top of his game, but I guess we got other ones, but I'm sure the PvE lords will do more breakdown about him for PvE, or like if he has some use for Chimera or something like that. I didn't even think about it. I mean, I thought about it, but like seems decent, nothing like deeper than that, because I'm not that into it. I wanna do Chimera to get the loot, not for the sake of doing Chimera. I want to get loot from Chimera to do PvP, not to do PvP and get loot from there to do Chimera. Let's put it that way. Okay, we got the points. We can finally play some battles. So, how much do I need? 80 points, 2 hours left. If we do well, we might get the mythic loot and maybe do a couple crafts on this session. Let's go. And what's up everybody that just joined after my little opening monologues. What champion are you talking about? Man's best friend? Is that like nice or... Oh, Predator, okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds... Those stats sound good. I mean, that's pretty good stats for Mercurial if you already have it, so I'm assuming that must be like... You know, you must have Blessing and Empowerment on him. But yeah, I mean, it sounds good. Be right back. Continuing on that topic, is Predator the #1 champion that I wanna get on Mercurial on my account? No. Would I try it if I had it? Yeah, but like the one thing that he lacks is damage, and he kind of needs to get kills for his kit to work properly. And the evasion is almost better than the Mercurial. I mean, not almost. If you can evade, it's most definitely a lot better than Total Guard, because not only do you dodge, but you deal damage, and it's just really good. You want that rather than other forms of damage mitigation, but it depends. I don't know what to pick. I think I just go both nukers instantly. I'm planning to try him in both Swift Parry and Mercurial when we get there, but I kind of suspect that I'm gonna get my Predator in Swift Parry before Mercurial, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like my endgame build on him, because I already have some Swift Parry for him. I pretty much just need accessories, and I think that will be the build. But maybe if you have really great Predator, or maybe it's actually maybe Mercurial is still better. Maybe it's more consistent, but I kind of the damage worries me a little bit. But maybe if you run a lot of buff strips and or lockouts, then you need less damage than I generally do. It's always situational, of course. Is this gonna be Angora battle? Maybe we try Angora. Not going for Grixia ban. It's either Marius or Predator. I feel like we still go Marius on this one. But the Predator block revive would be so annoying. So would be Marius counterattack from Angora. We go Marius ban. I think this is pretty... He doesn't have high level empowerment or blessing on his account, but I think this is pretty tough opponent. Yeah, the counterattack games are kind of interesting. I forgot which one that is, but you can't put it on... Somebody remind me in the chat. I don't think the counterattack gems fit on Van of Submission, correct if I'm wrong. Can you fit them on Lens? If you can, how many? Because I think maybe Mercurial with those and Lens, that sounds interesting. I mean, I did test out Predator with Mercurial instantly when we got the Mercurial set in the game, just to confirm this mechanic. So let's say that you have a stack of Total Guard, and you also evade an attack. Do you lose the stack of Total Guard still? No. So you kind of you don't waste those stacks. If you dodge it, then you still also keep the Total Guard, which is good synergy. If it was the other way around, it would be kind of annoying. But if you can get the damage, you know, everything in Mercurial, that's the way. Definitely. But I don't have any of those counterattack gems so far. That might change my Predator strategy, though. Has anyone confirmed this if you have those counterattack gems? So I'm not 100% sure if Predator passive counterattack counts as counterattack. I haven't tested it because I don't have it, but so you can't like proc multiple counterattacks at once, and if you can proc counterattack from Predator Masteries, either the one that procs when you take damage or when an ally gets CC'd. You can proc those at the same time as the passive, and he will basically A1 the same target twice in a row if that happens. That interaction makes me like, I'm not 100% sure if maybe it's not coded as counterattack. Okay, people are saying in the chat that it works. Yeah, then that probably sounds like a good endgame combo, like Mercurial, Lens and 2 of those counterattack gems if you can do it. Are we going for Predator? I think we are. This one I don't want to get dodged because he has the unkillable. Okay, let's go. Are we good? I'm not sure yet. He has pretty scary team. The good thing that we have now options, so maybe you have a relic that synergizes with one build, then you can do that. Maybe you have something else, you can do that. And then enemies are not... Oh, he's blocker white, right? Enemies might misinterpret... I don't know how you say that word. Misinterpret what build you have and how you're playing the game. And that might be to your advantage sometimes. So they might not see it coming, for instance, that you have a Mercurial Predator. Oh, it doesn't. You can't have more than one of those gems. I didn't know that, but it kind of makes sense because the gem is kind of OP. Fuck. What can I do here? Rotos is kind of cocked. I don't know if I should have revived Armans or Rotos, but Armans couldn't have done much either. He got lucky and he got okay, he changed the form anyway. He got lucky and he got the 2-turn. Okay, Ankara passive OP. I don't think he realized that. As long as we get extra turn here now, we're good. He got the stone... Wait, what can I... Do I actually have to hit the whaled? Is that how it works? I totally... I think I've met this before, but I didn't even realize it works like this way. Gizmak is whale, but it has the taunt, and I can hit him instead of Theodosia without it, but he had 2-turn stone skin. That was a mastery proc with 30% chance. That kind of screwed the Rotos. The taunt on Gizmak actually helped me out there. I think, like, now that I think about it, I've seen this before, but I think it like happened to me once before, like months ago, and I totally forgot about this very fringe interaction. Damn, the Theodosia is so fast that my Rotos is having really hard time being able to hit through the Mercurial, but okay, we got it. Let's go. I think, I mean, not super heavily empowered or blessed, but I think that's a pretty good win to open the session with. I guess CLS is kind of strong clan too. I remember when I came back, I was asking that, was CLS in the game before? Because I totally didn't remember it at all, but I think what people were saying that it's an old clan. I was asking did they change the name, but they said no. I don't remember it, but Rady, I'm pretty sure this guy is ex-Mad player. At least we used to have a guy with that name in Mad. I assume it's the same guy. A lot of the people kind of, you know, rotate between the guilds and stuff happens, and, you know, it's normal. It's, you know, most of the top clans have like 1 or 0 players from when they started, or even if you go like 2 years back, most top clans have like 2 players from 2 years ago, or not a lot more than that. I'm pretty sure Radio is a Mad player or ex-Mad player. Can I find him in my DMs? Pretty sure, like, I don't remember it too well, but that sounds really familiar name. I'm sure I have talked with him before. Oh yeah, he's ex-Mad player, yeah. So I thought. I don't think I talked... Actually, I can just check. I haven't talked with him since I came back. Last time that I talked with him was like 2 years ago, but yeah, sounded familiar. Anyway, shout out to Rady and CLS, assuming that that is the same guy I'm thinking about. It could just be same name and different guy. Fuck, I had to turn streamer mode off to check the DMs, or like to find him in Discord. And I don't know if you got a lot of pop-ups on the stream in those couple of seconds that I had it off. I don't know if maybe I turned the volume of Discord off on stream. I think I did that because it was interfering with my videos sometimes. Anyway, that's pretty decent start. We'll take it. Boplo, I literally said the same thing on Kenpachi's stream just a while ago. I'm literally okay. This is kind of embarrassing, but I have made pretty decent progress on faction wars. On most of the factions, I can auto 21. On Ogrun, I'm stuck on floor 7. I'm like totally screwed on Ogrun. I'm pretty sure like I could already get pretty far in them. And I'm sure we're gonna get at least epic Argonite Reviver, if not like a mythic or legendary one. Maybe the mythic is not gonna happen, but if I get a Reviver, I feel like with the current 2 fusions and Reviver, you can pretty much auto 21 already. But even without any healer, I'm sure I can get higher than stage 7, so... I don't know if I want to go Angora on this one. If I go Angora, then we're gonna ban Marius. Actually, let's pick Angora for the sake of playtesting her. Between my 3 secondary revivers, Angora, Maud, and not Glycia. I keep saying her Glycia. It's Noldua the Glimmering. Damn, it's a hard name. Donatello and Fabian. Between those, I'm actually favoring Angora now. Angora, like, I can't do Maud in Mercurial. I can do Noldua and Angora in it though. And Angora, I have pretty good faction guard. No, I think I'm like 4 out of 10. But I do have 4-star blessing on her. And, you know, she was already like fully, you know, with masteries and everything, books. She's pretty good now. I don't know if it's gonna be the same thing with Duchess or, you know, other ones that if I just get 9-piece Mercurial on Duchess, she would be like way better. But Angora feels really good now. But I can't do it on Maud or Duchess yet, and those were my old 2 main revivers. As I was saying on the video the other day, and kind of the title or thumbnail, I forgot which one. I see a lot of people kind of going, you know, emptying their vault and dumping all of their resources to get quickly... We can't kill anybody anyway. Should I just do A1? Yeah, that was the right play. It was the Donatello passive proc. If I got the extra turn, it would have been pretty good, but... everybody is trying to get advantage right now, trying to get Mercurial sets, which makes sense, and we're investing a lot of resources on terrible items that are gonna be good for the short term. Not good, they're gonna be insanely big buff for the short term, but not on the long term. Long term, you're not gonna use those items that you Chaos Dusted and Chaos Sword and everything, and wasted silver on and everything else. Don't go all in on that, especially Chaos Sword. There's so much use for Chaos Sword now. Don't waste all of it. That I caution everybody. I'm not doing it either. I like everybody, I have been trying to get those items, and I have been Chaos-ring a bunch of Mercurial, but I'm, you know, don't go save some of it. Okay, if he didn't have that pesky Mercurial 1 stack on the Garrel, we could just kill it there. Rotos is kind of good matchup against it, but 9-piece is just OP. I need to get 9-piece on my Rotos. Rotos should be really easy to get in that with Death Dealer build, but this guy has Garrel in it, and I'm sure it's not Death Dealer, and my Rotos is not in it. Maybe I actually have accuracy to polymorph the Gallater. Okay, not. So this is such an annoying thing. He has the counterattack, and Rotos is not gonna go first. It's not worth it to hit it now. But often Gallaters are actually not in high resistance. They have like 500 and not more than that. Surprisingly often I'm able to debuff them with Armand, so I had to double check if I could do it. But it was kind of a waste. Okay, now I think we're looking pretty good though. Ah, fuck. Okay, we're good. Well, I mean, he's still gonna get the revive up, but we're getting there. And as you can see, Guts is like on paper, like if we're looking at the stats of items, Guts' gear is kind of insane. Angora is tankier than Guts because she's in Mercurial, and her Mercurial is terrible, don't get me wrong. It's not good set, it's terrible set. I think she has like attack accessories and, you know, the gear is crap. I'm not wasting good clips on it. And by the way, I was talking before about not wasting too much resources on the crappy Mercurial that you make right now. Never mind Chaosaur, you want to keep it, but we get more of it now, so definitely use that, but definitely do not waste your really good speed clips on the crappy Mercurial, because we're getting so much of it that you're gonna get really good items eventually. I'm sure stuff like triple speed even are gonna be really common on that set for you, and people are gonna have quad and penta speeds commonly, so take that into account. Especially speed clips, don't waste those. Okay, let's see where the chat is at. And what's up for everybody that joined. Well, I don't know if, you know, Rotos was already having trouble with the meta champions, and I haven't seen anybody use Mercurial Rotos so far, but I know already without trying that Mercurial is gonna have insane synergy on Rotos, so he's gonna benefit a lot out of it. Don't get it twisted. If you think it's an annoying combination that they have Garol in counterattack buff with Mercurial, and we have to hit it to get rid of the stacks, but then it's gonna counterattack, think about Rotos. He's immune to CC. Every other turn... Do I want to pick Armans here? Maybe I don't even pick Armans. Let's go Empress. Every other turn, Rotos is immune to damage, and he's just most of the time immune to CC. And then when he's not immune to damage, he takes half of his health and then gets an extra turn, and then gets the damage immunity back. And then if you can heal Rotos a little bit in between, it's gonna be really good on him. That's guaranteed. And it synergizes with Rotos playstyle kind of good. The thing is that in the current meta, matches often are not that long. They are a lot faster than they were when Live Arena was new. And Rotos does well in long battles. He will get block revive, he will get more damage, and he will be more tanky. And obviously Mercurial is gonna enable that. Okay, it's gonna be another Angora battle. I think we go... Yeah. Triple nuker, double reviver, he took my Armand, so that's pretty much all of the CC I got on my account and Carnage ban. What is Dua? You mean Noldua? I have her in just Mercurial. A terrible Mercurial set. Okay, we got one of those Solinar battles that I was hoping for. Finally. Okay, that's kind of good. I think the Nice has like barely enough health that it's not gonna die from the necrosis, but if it did, that would be kind of good. Okay, pretty good start. We're kind of feeling powerful today, you know. I had multiple sessions where I was Carboss and I was just getting dominated by every player that I met, but now we're starting off well. Last session too, I was doing well, but it was a short one. Well, it's not over until it's over. He has kind of two final boss nukers with second phase mechanics, so let's see where this goes. Everybody is getting the whatever you call that mechanic. I forget what it is. Weaken or not weaken, but something like that. They're getting the sleeps after a turn. Can you vent that? Does anyone know? That mechanic is kind of rare, so I'm not even sure how it works. Can I, when I get slept, I can still vent it, I assume? So much, you know, one is in Mercurial and one is in block damage. Annoying. Come on, Duchess, you're still good. I feel like you can do this. Maybe? Okay, no. He has the single target nuke hits hard. They kind of got dwindled down. Almost. I feel like maybe you know, if I had Rotos in this battle, it would have been better. My trusty Rotos was benched by him, not by me. Anyway, it's pretty good. Be right back. By the way, the game competition is still up, so if you get me in a battle and you beat me, then send a picture of that in DM and your in-game ID, and you'll get gems. It's kind of hard to get winners for this competition, so I think we will just do open bounty during streams. If you beat me, then you get the loot. Ah, Racklin. Dude, I wish I had Racklin. Racklin buff was kind of good. She totally deserved the buff. It's one of those old disappointment champions that people pulled. And Racklin isn't like completely OP and breaking the game, but it's actually good now and has a really strong niche use, and it would be really good on my account specifically when I struggle with lockouts, but that was one of the good buffs. I don't know what to pick here. Maybe I just go with second reviver, but I don't know if that's such a necessary thing here. Would be really good to have one of those mythic support nukers. If I had any of them, I would have picked it in this battle. I kind of want to open with the A2. No, I go before the... Okay, polymorph. I go before the Empress on Rotos, and, you know, would have been good, but... Now he can't do anything. Fuck. I don't know what I can say to that. I will do one, I'm sure. Not yet. That's all I can say. Not yet. We should do tournaments for gems though. That would be kind of fun content and fun gem giveaway. Instead of just having to beat me, maybe we can have like people can sign up for it, and then we try to match people against you know, try to make fair matchups, so that it's not just top 100 whales that can win the gem giveaway. Yeah, oh, Rotos gets cucked by the UDK so hard, even after all of the time. If I'm still alive after that Storm skin ends, then he deserves to lose, to be honest. But it's kind of hard against Garol constantly whipping out damage. And he can go for the block revive too. Yeah, I should have gone with triple nuker. Even without the utility nuke mythics, I should have gone for a triple nuker against him. Just pick Gallows or something. I was thinking about it, but... Okay, doesn't have immunity. I think we go A2 actually. We might get double turn, maybe. No. I should have gone for polymorph on Garol, I guess, but if she's in Van 2, then that could have been worse. I think Garol locked me out. I think it might be done. Yeah, Garol is moving first. And Rotos is gonna be low health. And I might get block revived. Or not? Okay, not over yet. Bro, it's taking me like 5 minutes to break the stone skin. If he had any necrosis stacks, it would be over. Ah. Unlucky. Okay, Rotos lost a lot of max health there. Well, so did everybody, but hurts him the most. I couldn't even break the shield. Fuck. Okay, this is over. There's no comeback. Surely not. Well, fuck. I have to try polymorph to UDK now. Six-star life harvest. That's brutal. Okay. Yeah, Rotos didn't get a lot of gameplay here. I wish I had enough accuracy on the UDK, but I guess I didn't. I don't really like to pick Sulfur anymore, because there was so much Mercurial that if they have like 2 or 3 champions in it, especially when my Sulfur is low level blessing, even though the UDKs, I don't think I've seen any yet in Mercurial. They're usually still in Stone Skin, but if I don't burn anybody, then it's still not gonna do anything, so... Ukko hasn't been relevant for a very long time. I think he might make maybe a small comeback, though I haven't seen anybody use him once yet, but I have talked about him a bit. I will definitely try Ukko, just like I tried Noldo and a bunch of other ones, but with him specifically you definitely need at least some accuracy, and I need to get accuracy banner before I go Ukko. And I don't have one, and I used a bunch of Chaos Ore trying to get him a banner, but I didn't get yet. Also, I was talking about it a few times recently, but Ukko would be kind of interesting now with Stormcolor, which people only use on Marius. But you could build Ukko like you build Odin's with crit rate, and he can do buff strip, that is a multi-hit, and block buff step off, so kind of like Marius, that you can, you know, get rid of the immunity and stone skin or whatever, and then stun them. It could be kind of interesting. And also double down as like Reviver and annoying, you know, support stealing their boss. Yeah, that wasn't the hardest hitting Carol, for sure. What are you talking about, Neil? What do you mean same playlist? Like, are you talking about like raid channel playlists, or what? I don't know what you're talking about. They do like, if there's like some competition for content creators, or they call it competition, but they basically want us to do some kind of video, and then they make it competition. And then the content creators that participate in it, they will put their videos on playlists about that. Oftentimes, or most often, I don't participate in those, but if it's something PvP related, I usually will. What do I pick here? I guess Anchor. Yeah. I remember a while ago they had one of those competitions, and it was something like, I forget what champion it was. If anybody remembers, but it was like some new champion used that in like in arena, make a video about it, and there was like some rules that you have like 10 minutes. Fuck, another UDK battle. I can't ban it again. You have like 10 minutes of time to do battles and you know, get as many wins as you can in that time, and you can do it either in gold or plat. And then I was kind of like saying that, bro, like nobody can get any wins in plat with this champion. Why are we even doing this? Okay, I'll do it in plat. And then I obviously lost every single battle, and I was the only content creator that did it in platinum, even though the rules said that either gold or platinum. I feel like if we have those kind of competitions, it should be only platinum and not gold. Otherwise, what's the point, you know? I can pick like Skull Crown and, you know, 1 versus 4 weak gold teams. Like people are doing that competition in like they're dropping down to gold 1 to to stomp down like some noobs with that. What's the point of doing even competition like that? I lost every single battle. Then Parium was to me in DMs like, hey, what are you doing? You're just mocking our competitions. You know, be serious about it. And you know, they spanked me a little bit in the DMs, and I was trying to explain that, dude, you know, I was trying my best, but the rules are what they are, and it was like a, you know, I said my piece basically, but yeah, usually I don't participate on those playlist competitions. I feel like now that I'm like, I've been playing like more actively, or not even playing more actively, but making more content more actively, people are starting to pick UDK a lot more against me because they know or remember that I'm a Rotos one trick, and it's not fun. Bro, if they pick Carnage and UDK, I can't ban the Carnage. It's automatic loss if I don't ban Carnage, because I can't go first. I don't have multiple immunity champions. I'm gonna lose if Carnage takes a single turn. I can't prevent it. And I just have to do this and do a 10-minute battle and hope that they are like really low damage, that I can survive for like 7 minutes and then maybe somehow make a comeback, which is like not really a thing in this meta. Most of the battles are quite fast. Sulfurion was my answer for a while, but the update scrambled the meta a little bit. It was really big buff for all of the debuff champions in general, especially buff strippers and revivers. But Sulfurion kind of, you know, when the only thing that he does is the burns and Mercurial is very common, it's kind of not. It's too risky to play him. He was already risky, because you need to go first, and they need to be in Stone Skin. And now it's like, I don't... You can throw Sulfurion in the bin. He's a Faction Wars champion now. Come on. He's about to take a turn. Maybe my Rotos can deal his first damage after 4 minutes of battle. I mean, he can block revive it, so we'll see about that, but come on. I think I think Rotos is gonna get block revived before he takes a turn now. Oh my god. Ugh, and I can't even do the whale with the A3 because Armans is block revived. I think he has it. I think it's over already. Yeah, he has it. No? Okay, I survived it. Let's go. Can I actually make a comeback? I wish either one of my revivers did like heals, but I don't have those. Would be really nice to have a reviver that can like heal you a bit more. I guess Maud could kind of do it, but I don't, you know, we're running Ankara. If one of these did heals, I think we could still make a comeback. But if I had like a healer instead of Ankara that is not mythic, then there would be no revives because everybody would be perma-locked out, I think. Okay, I believe in you guys or girls. We can do this. Okay, can we reset the dot to survive? No. It's just Rotos and Ankara. The thing is that there's still a chance. If Ankara can get the revive now, UDK doesn't have Stone Skin anymore. Assuming that it's not in aspect of Zerot or it's low turn meter when Rotos gets a turn, I can one-shot it with A3. At least if Helm Smasher procs, maybe even without it. And then maybe A2... Well, we'll see. Probably not, but Rotos could maybe get couple kills if we can still get the revive. At least it's gonna get turn meter and cooldowns. So fuck, terrible timing. Okay, I don't think. Can we even kill the UDK? No, zero proc. Okay, not fun. Not fun. If I just had like Predator instead of Rotos, this battle would have been easy. But obviously he would have picked something else than UDK if I had some other champion. So same music playlist. Like the songs that I'm using on stream. Oh, we got bot battle. The music I'm using on stream are music that you can use for free on YouTube that doesn't have like copyright on it, so that's why it's as simple as that. There's not too many alternatives. The music that I use on my normal videos, it's one that you kind of, well, it's complicated. It has a different copyright. You can use them. It's called CC BY 4.0. It's like a copyright that you can use it if you attribute a creator, but then if you use a lot of different songs and you make a lot of videos, it's super annoying to, you know, fiddle with all of that on every single thing. But I pay for it, so I can use those without doing that, though I also do it. But yeah, just to mix it up. This is my old playlist that I used to use on my Platinum Arena videos when I started making content in the first place, and it's kind of common, you know. It's not just raid content creators. If you look any other content creators, especially old videos, then you will find a lot of these old YouTube no copyright songs in them. Surely bot is not gonna have Mercurial. I have Death Dealer, but they're in Stone Skin, you know. I do have Death Dealer. I think Maria is pretty good. I feel it's one of those things that it's like good on paper and you can use it and people do use it. They use it very rarely, like even more rarely than Rotos, and people often kind of compare them that they are similar. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth having, but people don't use her a lot. And it's one of those things that I feel like a lot of people are saying that she's like really good, and she can be good in the right situation, but I feel like she's overhyped, and the people that are saying that she's like S tier champion, they don't even use the champion themselves, or like once every 200 battles. So it's good, but it's very niche. Like Solanar is a champion that is meant to counter things and be certain in specific scenarios, but he's much more universal than Maria is. Maria is very... You need to pick it in the right matchup, not like Predator. You can't pick it against anything. You basically need to go first if you go with Maria, and you know, you need to have the right order. So and you know, if you can use her, you probably can use like other nukers too. So it's good, but it's at the level that it's so niche that if you're able to meet those conditions, then you can do many other things as well. But it has it has potential. I don't want to like downplay her too much. She's definitely viable, but just very niche. Oh, it's SP account. Let's go. I think yesterday I had one of the big boy SP accounts. I think it had more points than this guy, and we beat him pretty well. So I mean, I definitely beat him, but I don't think it was close, but maybe somebody else remembers. It was a bot account. Rotos is okay in Hydra, I guess, but definitely not meta there either. Even he, I feel like he's maybe like 3-year-old champion or something like that. Even he is getting outdated pretty quickly. Bro, I wanna pick Rotos so bad. There's no way he's gonna pick Carnage and UDK. This battle we can use Rotos guilt-free. I think. I mean, it's still gonna be Embrus, but hopefully we can deal with it. I mean, he could go like R-base and Galatir. That could be pretty bad too. It's SP account, so he probably has like, you know, most champions in the game. He probably has most of the mythics, so I'm sure he has R-base. It's one of the early mythics, very common. I don't use Marius because I'm not fast. I get locked out usually in most battles, and I feel like, you know, Marius is kind of it's a champion for go first teams. You buff strip the enemy consistently and so on, but if he gets locked out, then he's not tanky and he doesn't do anything. So he doesn't have a passive that keeps him alive, and he has no lookout countering mechanics. I think this is gonna be Donatello battle and not Ankara. I think we go Donatello and ban the Niamhe. He's gonna have a lot of damage. He has like three nukers and both lookout and cooldown reset. So it should be a short battle. You know, I definitely will use Marius more later. I wanna get, like every other champion, I wanna get 9-piece Mercurial Marius. Not that I would use him in every battle, but if they don't pick lockout or they just pick one lockout and I'm banning it, maybe I can get him on Mercurial. But the thing is that if I wait to see if they pick multiple lockouts or not, chances are that they already picked Marius, so even if I have him geared, I don't really end up using him in any battles. This battle, he only has one lockout, but pretty often they have 2 or even more lockouts than that. And when we fight against, you know, against people like this, you know, big spenders, their fastest champion is gonna be like 200 speed, and my fastest champion, so it's not even close. Don't even think about me outspeeding like SP accounts. I wanna finish off the Kriegs. Nah, I just finished off Kriegs. I hope we get the extra turn. Come on, Rotos. No, okay. I could have gone for A2 on Embrus or Marius. I was thinking about it. I mean, maybe Embrus could have survived it. Probably not, but Marius definitely would have died without boss. But now let's just get rid of the Kriegs, yeah, so that there's no cooldown reset. If I got the extra turn, I think we would have won it, but now I'm not sure. Okay, now it's looking good. See, Rotos can be useful at times. He gets multiple battles where he's just mega humiliated by the enemy. UDKs, and now we fight like a stronger enemy that just doesn't have UDK, and Rotos is actually doing work. He's kind of hit and miss at this point. He used to be pretty much the most consistent nuker in the game. Not these days. Of course, aimbrush could really be an issue for him too with the multi-hits, but not this time at least. Okay, it's getting a little bit dicey. We can't fully get rid of the necrosis because Donatello is block revived, but can we still do it? Okay, Dutch has got polymorphed, but we're still good. I think, yeah, Dutch has proc polymorph on his stun, and then he wanded it back, but that's fine. We won. Dude, I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a while now, but it's some kind of, you know, karmic justice. You know, I have been maybe speaking up out against Aspie leader a little bit. Not that I want to like bully him too much or talk about it, but you know, there might have been a lot of cheating going on by Aspie in the past. I don't know about right now, but definitely Donis in the past, and for some reason it's like, you know, karmic justice. I get farmed by everybody and their mom, but I keep beating like 90% of Aspie battles. When I get Aspie players, I just, you know, Adrian Jesus knows that I need to win those battles. Of course I lose to them because I meet a lot of them, they're active arena clan, but I feel like I have like way better win rate against Aspie people than I have on average, and Aspie people obviously have way better accounts than the average players that I meet. Not that it matters at all, but it's kind of funny and it keeps happening. Let's go. I don't want to rehash the Aspie situation, but go look up the earlier videos this year. Kind of when we had that video where Aspie leader is in the thumbnail. In that video we kind of go through a lot of the Aspie related things, like the cheating scandals and other stuff. At one point, and this is like a couple years ago, at one point the leader of Aspie was literally paying people to attack me during Classic Arena Reset. We have our share of history, so it's not like for no reason that I have a special connection with Aspie. And bunch of other things, that's not the only thing. There's been like so many other things. He makes like announcements in their guild chat when I place higher than him during Platinum Arena Reset and all kinds of other stuff. There's been a lot of stuff in the past. Okay, what now? Rotos and mod. I think this might be a mod battle. No? We just go... He has to pick a nuker, I go Fabian ban and we go mod. I think that makes sense here. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Aspie people, again, no, I don't want to like too much trash them, like, to be fair, I haven't trashed them too much lately, so maybe we can do it a little bit today, but, so one of the issues I have with them is that their leader, the leader of Aspie, I don't want to say the name of the program, because, I don't want to promote such things, but the leader of their clan, like, basically paid a programmer to make a bot for this game, probably to boost himself in Platinum Arena, but outside of that, the bot also does live arena battles, and, probably half or more times when you meet an Aspie player, it's a bot. It's a bot playing them in live arena and keeping them up, so chances are that we were fighting a bot and not even the owner of the account himself, or a driver for the owner. Often in those really top tier clans like Aspie, if you fight them in live arena, there's like multiple people playing on the account. Usually like the account owner is some baller guy in real life who's very busy, and then he has like driver or couple drivers is the term that people use. Basically people that do the PvP for those accounts. It's kind of funny because often the owners of those accounts, they do the really annoying stuff like the PvE and the daily grind, but then they will have some driver do the fun stuff like PvP. Now, often the drivers also do Chimera and Hydra, which is for me the worst stuff about Raid. But I feel like more often than not, the owner of the account pays for it and does PvE, and then they let somebody else have all the fun and do PvP. That I don't get. In the past, people were asking me to be driver like a trillion times, and I did entertain the idea of it, but even though PvP is the fun part, the other fun part is like the journey, and I don't really... It wouldn't feel the same if I play on somebody else's account. I just don't like the idea of that, but the drivers kind of get a good deal. They don't have to pay for anything, and chances are that somebody else does all of the daily missions and maybe even PvE, or maybe they pay for them to do the Chimera and Hydra, and then they just get to do Live Arena and Plat Push. That's a pretty good deal. And in the top clans, I know this might sound really weird if you haven't been in those, but in top clans, like vast majority of accounts are like that. Almost all of the accounts. There's hardly any, if any, accounts in the top clans where there is just one player. Usually there's multiple players per account. Can we just kill the Galather? He's in the second form and there's no passive. I think we proc the Donatello, yeah, too. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, bouncing back, let's go. Damn, it would be kind of funny to lose to Arix, to be fair. Final Kenpachi is like, I don't know, he's getting his rocks off if he sees a clip of me losing to Arix. Come on, Duchess, you can get the revive off, we're good. The Arix did pretty good damage, to be fair. I'm sure that Arix is built really well. Arix just is not really that high. Oh my god, he's not really that high damage to be relevant in the meta. I'm sure that's like, you know, not that Rotos is tanky or Armans is tanky, but like I'm sure that's a really well built Armans. Don't get it twisted. The damage is trash, but I'm sure that's a really well built one. Okay, we're kind of having a hard time to get the opportunity for Rotos to take a turn when he gets revived at half health. But I think he's gonna also have really hard time to kill my Duchess, so we can probably do this. Be right back. I kind of wish they would... Okay, let's auto. I mean manual. I kind of wish they would... Oh fuck. He killed him with the Soul Reaper passive, so I wish they would do Arix buff, because the champion makes sense. He would have been really good champion, or it's a she. She would have been really good champion in the early days of Raid. It's health scaling Nuker with AoE A1. That sounds really good, and it has like a passive that has like turn meter and healing like things. But it's not really tanky, and it's not really a lot of damage in the modern meta. So the idea is good. It has AoE A1 and it's health scaling. Maybe you can use it against local teams. I used to use Arix back in the day in Tag Team Arena. But as you can see, you know, Duchess is not meta at all. Most good accounts would consider Duchess like a C tier Live Arena champion. It's not really in the contention of the top gameplay, even though some people do use her. But Arix couldn't kill Duchess, even though it was kind of clapping my team or my 50% health Rotos, but it couldn't really, you know, I don't think it could have beaten the battle, even if I got really unlucky. Never mind if I had somebody in Mercurial. we didn't even have that. That would be been a different deal. Anyway, I don't want to get too happy about Arix win. It was a really good build Arix, I'm sure. James, I don't want to like litigate that stuff on like every stream. I have done it many times. Go on my Discord, ask people about it. Trillion things, but you know, it's not everybody. It's the leader though, and it's more than just a leader. But yeah, they did a lot of things, not one thing. But yeah, boosting and cheating in arena, among many other things too. So. There's a lot of people in SP, I'm friends with many of them, you know, it's not a blanket judgment, but their leader is, you know, he has definitely broken the rules of the game, like, infinite amount of times, so... Is this gonna be Ankara battle? I think, yeah, let's try Ankara. Let's see the Ankara Hilvi matchup. Now we're getting locked out and CC'd by Hilvi, so that's pretty rough, but maybe we can make it work. He's putting me in like a... Yeah, he's just hard countering my team. He's banning Rotos, okay, Predator I mean. This guy is just hard countering my team. I think he knows me, because he knows I have to ban the Carnage. Hilvi, not Hilvi, what do you call it? Not Fjord. I always forget her name. What is it? It starts with F. Freya. Freya is really good against Rotos. He's gonna ban... He didn't ban Predator. That's a weird thing. He should have banned Predator, and he would just dwindle down my Rotos, and he's going first, and he's double teaming me with CC. It's really like horrible counter. I don't do well with this. He put me in like a giga checkmate. Okay, let's see if there's a chance to make something here. But he's like outspeeding me really hard, and he's locking me out. And if I just had one nuker, and it would be Rotos, Rotos would basically never get turn. He can kill Rotos even with the supports without Marius, and I would also be locked out and heavily CC'd. With Predator, I have better odds at dealing with this. Okay, I don't want to go for Ankara revive there, because Predator might get enfeebled. So we're just gonna... A1 or A2, just do A2. Yeah, A2. Maybe that was a mistake, but let's get a little bit chills. If I had Whale, I could definitely kill the Marius with A3. Now I think I have to go for A2, because otherwise it might not die. Oh, it still didn't die, fuck. Well, it had pretty big buffs there. Come on guys, we can do this. Ankara almost killed Marius. It's good if I can get a turn with Predator though, and he can actually get the kill. No, he's gonna move before me. There's too much turn meter manipulation. Damn, Predator Wand is doing a lot of work here. He avoided so many CCs because of the Wand. Okay, still gimped in the end. There's no there's no coming back from this. It was a terrible matchup. I don't know why he didn't ban my Predator. I would have had like 0% chance to win against him if he did that. Now we still had pretty decent chance to win. But that's a terrible matchup for me. I don't have an answer to that. Did we fight this guy at the start of the stream? I think it was, or if it was his clanmate, I definitely fought this guy several times recently. I think he just wanted to have a way to upkeep his multiple accounts. Let me ask you this, TypeOG. Why does he have 30 accounts? You know, he paid a lot of money for them. He pays a lot of money to, you know, upkeep them. Why does he need 30 accounts? Could he do something nefarious by funding a bot and having 30 top tier accounts that can compete in Platinum Arena? Are those ingredients to some evil schemes? I forget about it, Pablo. Maybe I did. I don't remember if that happened. Yeah, Xibia Servitude is like interesting one because it sounds really OP, but Nice is kind of the only one currently that is in the same combo with it. Maybe there will be other mythics in the future, but it's very niche relic. I don't think it's that crazy to put it on like a tanky reviver. On Nice it's kind of different. I wanna go Necret, but he has lockout and he can pick another one. I'm still gonna try Necret in this battle for the Garrel matchup so that Rotos maybe doesn't die instantly. Yeah, I'll get Fabian and hopefully some other stuff too. Nah, Fusion definitely not meta for Arena. Very good for Faction Wars. It kind of depends which specific boss it has, but it might counter some of the mechanics. It's kind of one thing I noticed that it's immune to, I wanna say, like petrification, stuns and fears. But then there is the fear boss, and it would be such a Plarium thing to make a champion like that and then have the Faction Wars boss beat the fear one, but even if it's that, it's gonna be really good on Faction Wars and maybe on like Chimera missions or like the endgame bosses in general, but PvP, definitely not. I mean, depending on your level of account and competition, of course. Is it better than most champions in the game? Sure, because the old champions are just so much weaker than the new ones, but it's not like anything crazy for PvP. Plarium was advertising it as a PvP champion, but it's not. Okay, we actually went first. That's pretty nice. Oh, he has 9-piece Mercurial Marius. Okay, can I get the Ancora? I mean not Ancora. I don't think we're gonna meet a lot of Ancoras, but I got the Crixia. Almost, it's the same faction and kind of similar sounding, to be fair. Oh fuck, did I forgot to stream on Twitch? Oh shit, I haven't had my Twitch stream up at all. Let's put that up as well. Damn. Okay, I could YOLO and try to block revive. I'm gonna do that. Can we not weak it? Wait, if you get Perleros case, you can still weak it, right? I'm not like 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you can still weak it. If anybody knows, confirm that in chat, but I think we could still weak it. It's not too often relevant because I don't usually play those odds and it's better to get kills for the passive. Yeah, I know him, of course. I mean, it's like a historical figure. It's kind of, you know, I feel like people from other countries are maybe, you know, more interested about it, but it's like a sniper from the Second World War when Finland was fighting against Russia, and it was like a farmer that was kind of, you know, did a lot of shooting competitions and was a good shooter before war and was kind of living on those, you know, old times conditions that like no electricity and like had a farm and was, you know, very physical and doing a lot of skiing and, you know, just like what do you call it, not woodsman, but like somebody that can just survive in the wilderness. And then, you know, the war with Russia happened and he got famous from that and had a lot of kills, or I think like most kills of any sniper in war or something like that. I don't, you know, I am not, I'm a fan of history, you know, flexing about IRL skills, IRL not skills but kills is a little bit cringe, and I don't trust any metrics that any government, even including my own, puts about like world, like war KDAs or anything really, any numbers related to wars. I don't take governments at their words, but he's very famous figure from that. And I don't think he's dead now, but I don't think it's that, let me double check. I don't think it's that long time ago that he died. Okay, it's like 20 years ago, okay. I've definitely seen TV clips from him, like in like actual TV when he was still alive and old, and he was always in the like there is this big party on Finnish Independence Day, and of course he was always there. And he has kind of screwed up jaw and face because I think he got hit by a bomb at the end of the war or something like that, so it's kind of hard to not recognize him. I also have my, well, both of them are dead now, but my grandmother died a couple years ago, and her boyfriend, let's say, it's kind of funny thing, but like her husband died like a long time ago. I want to say like 40 years ago or really long time ago. And she's kind of old school, or was old school, and she had boyfriend for maybe like 30 years or whatever, and they lived together. But they didn't call themselves like boyfriend and girlfriend, but they definitely were. And they never got married, even though though they were basically living together for decades. But basically her boyfriend was like legless, like he only had one leg that he lost in the World War II. And he was often talking about that stuff too. Not like, maybe it was more because we were asking for that, but he was telling the stories about it. I don't think we're getting unlocked out in this battle. Maybe Donatello would have been better than Nakarada after all. But yeah, that being said, what I said about not trusting any government's stats in relation to war. That being said, you know, Finnish war against Russia, like according to the like acknowledged stats, Finland basically has the best KDA in any war ever. So suck it up, all the non-Finnish people. We have the best KDA. I don't know if that's the most you know, most moral thing to brag about, but you know, according to the stats, that's true. So we had like more tanks after the war than before the war, because we basically didn't have any, and then we stole a bunch of Russian tanks and this kind of stuff. It's not just tanks, but many other like machinery. We basically had none of those, and we had more everything after the war because we just stole so much of them from Russia. So the one thing that Finnish people like, if you like the old war lore, then look this up. Like like the Simo Heiha is interesting thing. There's another one even more interesting. So one thing that Finland was superior to Russia in the war, like in terms of like the items, let's say, because obviously we're a smaller country and we have less people, less money, less machinery, and we were like a lot less, you know, war interested. So we didn't have as good stuff because we were not really planning to use it. But Finnish people focused a lot more on like food, and we had way more and way better food than Russia. And there's multiple examples of this, but there's a very common, or like not common, but like a famous example. Google sausage war. Sausage war, that's a thing. I'm pretty sure you will find Wikipedia article about it. Let me look it up. That's basically like okay, let me double check if you can. Yeah, you can find it in English too. In Finnish it's called Nakarada, but sausage war is like an event that happened between Finland and Russia in the war, where you know, they didn't have as good food supplies as us, and they were not focusing on it as much as we did, and they were kind of starving, and our people had good food, and there was like one battle that was basically like they were just attacking like a food, I don't know what you call it in English, like a food company or whatever, like food bazaar or like a encampment for like food supplies. They were so hungry, they were like invading it to get food, and then basically they got, you know, they got clapped because Finnish people were in like good, you know, they were defending, and it's easier to, you know, if some people are coming for your food, and then snipers just hide in the snowy, you know, forest. It's kind of you know, that's kind of a good position for the defensive side. So we were getting like weird wins because those kind of odd circumstances. Do I dare? We're gonna let him have the Bayek. Yeah, I knew he was gonna ban the Donatello. Didn't ban Rotos. Rotos has Death Dealer. We can deal damage through Bayek, maybe. That was kind of gamble for me, but I kind of expected this. And Bayeks, they don't do that much damage, but they're usually nukers. Okay, unfortunate, didn't buff strip Bayek. I was kind of hoping that so that Rotos could kill it before Predator takes a turn. I mean, I would, okay, in like to reply to your comment, Greasnell, am I a peaceful guy? I mean, I would definitely say I'm not like I'm very, you know, anti-war, and I want to focus on our own stuff and not you know, not play those stupid war games. I'm not like what's the word? I'm not like a pacifist. I'm like a grown-up, realistic pacifist, let's say. You know, you can't just always be, you know, you have to defend yourself. And if there's no, I should have just done A1, I guess. If there's no threat of like retaliation force, then you're always gonna get just cocked. And you need to, you know, if you get hit, then you know, you can defend yourself as much as you need. So, you know, so sometimes you need to fight wars, but, you know, we don't need to attack though. Maybe we need to defend, but we don't have to attack. And, you know, if we go back to geopolitics, you know, a lot of the wars, you know, not to wreck on the US people. I know US people are like my biggest audience demographic, but I think a lot of US people even agree with me. But I think there's a difference, even if it's like offensive war, between attacking your neighboring country for whatever dispute. Not that it's good, but then there is difference between that and attacking countries on other side of the world. That is like the I feel like there's no argument for those things ever. So I'm definitely anti-war, and I'm super definitely, you know, like attacking people on other side of the world because of oil or whatever. That's kind of cringe, if you ask me. Luckily, we don't have any oil here or anything else like special, so we don't have to worry about that thing at least. Okay, I'm a little bit behind comments. Let's see what's up. I don't know if, like, Fabian is so good. I don't know if Mercurial is gonna completely take it away, but yeah. I mean, you're still gonna lock out people. It's a lot better than a lot of other champions, even against Mercurial, but Mercurial is kind of OP, and I'm sure probably kind of soon at this point we're gonna get champions that are good against Mercurial, maybe new mechanics, and also are just overall good, so I'm sure there is gonna be some meta-breaking new champions, at least by the end of the year, because they want to sell a solution to the problem that is Mercurial set. That's what Barium always does. It keeps the game fresh and interesting, but might be annoying if you have good champions right now, and some of the meta champions might not be meta at some point. Yeah, White Death is Simo have, huh? Yeah. Yeah, the good thing, like, you know, I always complain about the Finnish weather, dude. I wish I could like change that. I want to give like the cold weather to some other countries. We need to change that about it, but like everything else about Finland is so good. I wish the weather was better, but one of the many good things about Finland is that we're so far away from other countries that usually people just leave us alone and forget about us because it's too far away to come annoy us. Not that people haven't done it in past. By people, I mean like Swedes and Russians have been historically taking turns in invading Finland, but compared to the other country, like, you know, Poland is not Poland is not that far away from Finland, and they haven't had a good time. They have been not double teamed, they have been just whoever was going hard with the world invasion, they were always going through Poland and buttering them. I'm glad we're a bit more north of Poland, so we got left alone more. And the Swedish people have kind of calmed down, so I don't think Swedish invasion is on the horizon anytime soon. Do I think I would make a good soldier? Definitely not. You know, I'm sure I would be like a very, you know, well, I mean, you never know. I mean, I wouldn't want to be on that situation. I would assume that I would be like, you know, weak pussy, but who knows, you know. I mean, I was doing sports pretty hardcore when I was younger, but I definitely would not want to be put in that position, and I wouldn't want any other Finnish people to be put in that position either, so probably not, but you don't know until you have to do it. Okay, Carol and Freya, what are we gonna do about this? Am I just gonna pick Ankara and maybe... I don't know what to do here. Maybe I go Maud. There's a lot of annoying boss, but I can't get rid of the unkillable. I think I go Maud and ban the Fabian. What do I think about the new fusion E1 queue. We already went through it a couple times. I think it's good for faction wars, maybe for Chimera. For PvP, no. If you're not in gold for live arena, if you're progressing in the game, I'm sure it's gonna be good. It's better than most all champions in the game, or champions in general. It's definitely not gonna be top tier meta in PvP. But it's gonna be great for faction wars. When we get the new faction, I think it's gonna be pretty good faction to get 21 done, because the first two champions that we got in the faction are both really good in faction wars, and they have like mechanics that are especially good against the bosses. So I'm going for it. If they make the fusion insanely hard and I have to waste like insane amount of resources, I wouldn't like I would consider just skipping it, but I probably want to do it for the faction wars. It's like a decent fusion. For new players, I'm sure you can use that champion in every aspect of the game. For endgame players, you still kind of want to do it for faction wars, but it's not like another Fabian or Titus. It's not gonna dominate one aspect of the game. Oh, you were trying to snipe me? Okay, nice. It's pretty hard to get matched up. Okay, we go for Embrys. Block revive. I don't know if he only has shield and defense buff. I can't get the Predator's gaze though. But I'm just 2A2. I feel like I'm not gonna have whale next turn. Okay, definitely. Wouldn't have died from the A3 if it didn't die from that. I wish it didn't have the immunity. At least I made the right call, I guess. Ah, Rotos is out. I had a bit of a bad streak. I want to get more wins. Ah, okay. That Carol was hitting a lot harder than the previous one that we met. I don't know what I need somebody Mercurial there. I guess that's the play. I should have maybe still went with Angora instead of Mod. I don't know if that would have been enough because he had Freya passive and Embrys passive still. But something else, like neither Duchess or Mod were super good in this battle. Nukers were fine, I just needed like some other form of support. I mean, it wasn't like the, you know, it was pretty tough enemy team. Have I ever been in fist fight? Yeah, like a few times when I was younger, you know. I switched schools when my family moved, and I was kind of getting bullied at one point. And I was getting bullied by a guy that was like, you know, double my height. So I had to defend myself even if it didn't play out. It's especially annoying because I had long hair back in those days even, and imagine that you're getting jumped by somebody that is literally twice your height and probably like 3 times your weight, and then, you know, they can pull your hair and they have like every, you know, dirty trick available in the book. But, you know, not that I have been like, you know, I'm from Finland, I'm not from like some streets of New York or whatever. There's no, you know, gangbangers on the street. I don't have to fear for my life when I go to the shop. Have I been in couple, you know, children's fights when I was kid? Yeah, but I haven't been in like adult fights since like I don't think I have ever been in a fight as a teenager. Like those fights were in like elementary school, so I had enough of it back then. like I'm trying to remember. I don't think I had any fights after elementary school. Maybe, but I don't remember. Not like a big fight at least. I never had like any bar fight or anything like that. One time I was in bar when I was in university and I saw other people fighting and police came and they were asking me about what happened, but it wasn't my friends and wasn't me involved in that. I'm a pretty, you know, peaceful and meek guy. I don't really seek those situations, but I'm also not like I'm not like a pacifist. So if you have to do it, then you have to do it, and you can use as much force as you need to in defense situation. Okay, this time definitely not mod. I guess we try Nakarada again. Should I try Galleos? I could use Galleos. I don't think this is gonna be fast team. Maybe we can use Galleos here. Pretty sure he has like kind of slow nukers or not super fast, and either in Stone Skin or Mercurial. It's go second team. Okay. UDK pick Rooster was the choice. There's not unless you're born in like a really, you know, really bad RNG time and place in Finland, you know. It's not like you know, you have to look out for street fights if you want to get into those. You're not getting forced into those situations generally if you just walk down the street. Especially maybe in the capital city. Especially not if you don't live in like a city. So. And I used to go college in the capital city, but it was peaceful. I never saw any fights or anything like that. The college I went to was kind of, how would you say it? Maybe it's kind of a little bit different than average because it's I don't know what's the word. It's like a very selective college. You can only get there with like sports accomplishments or very high grades. I think it's like it varies from year to year, but the year I went into college, I think it was like the third highest grade college to get into. Obviously I didn't get there with my grades, but it's basically like nerds and athletes that are just focused on that, and it's peaceful. there's no fighting going around. People have a lot better things to do than pick a fight with other people. And most of my life I lived in like how would I say it? Maybe rich is not the right word. I lived in like a small town that has a lot of rich people. Now, my family is not like mega rich, but many of the richest people in Finland live in that town. And it's, you know, a lot of Swedish people. It's like 50% Swedish, 50% Finnish. So it's kind of like super safe place to grow children, let's say. So I think my parents kind of moved there for that specific reason. It's like, wait, if I do A2 now, he's gonna die. I have to go A3. It's a lot of like forest and farmland, basically. And then, you know, lakes and cottages and this kind of stuff. Come on, team. We're almost there. UDK is dead. Surely we can do this. Ah. So close. It's gonna be less damage with Mercurial, but I don't think Rotos would be in this situation if he had the Mercurial even with less damage. Oh no, oh no. I can't do well. Rotos is less than 50% health. He can kill it with... Oh, we went first. It's kind of slow Embrus. Lucky me, I guess. Okay. Wait, it's not okay. He's just gonna get... Oh my god, I made a mistake there. What could I have even done there? I should have just A1 the... Sheep? What is he doing? Why didn't he block revive my Rotos? Maybe I can still make a comeback. Okay, I made a mistake. Obviously, Racklin revives him with full turn meter, so... But Racklin also had the Mercurial stack, so I should have either A1 or A2 the sheep, or A1 the Racklin and hoped for extra turn. That would probably be in the play. Kind of RNG, but that would probably be in the best move. Same situation now. I can't kill the Racklin, even though I want to. Wait, now okay, now it's over. Okay. I feel like we both kind of messed this up, but I'm glad he made a mistake too. How is the Mercurial Rotos playing out for you? I don't think I've seen any yet. This is gonna be a little bit annoying, but he's not block revived, so... I was just talking about before that these days we don't really get long fights where Rotos actually gets to do the block revive on his A3, but here I feel like if we didn't get those block revives on the nukers, we would have lost. Kind of came in the clutch. Okay, 30 minutes left and I need like 40 points. We need some quick wins. Probably not gonna happen, but maybe. Yeah, okay, if you want to talk about like that Nagas Koglund, I've had like some fights with my brother, not like not like that kind of fights that were actually like fighting for death, but couple times we were just annoyed at each other, and then one of us like, can we just do like agree to mutual combat? And then we just wrestle on the ground until we're so tired that neither one can move, but it's not like we were doing some dirty move, so basically kind of like the things that you were talking about. I guess they count as fights, but they were like gentlemanly fights, let's say. I mean, we were like super tired when we did those, but we were not like trying to kill each other. But I've had couple fights with like that with my brother, just because we got really annoyed at each other's. That's about it, and that's not like I wouldn't count that as a fight like that. Okay, Hilvi and Grixia. Do I even go Datsas here? Maybe I go Ankora and Necret. This is gonna be a rare battle where I don't even pick Datsas. Let's see if the bold move plays off, or am I just gonna go back to 100% Datsas peak rate after this? Oh, he's making it interesting. Bayek 2. He might go for Royal Span. Would he do it? Does he dare? Should I go for Mario Span? or Hilvi. Maybe I go Hilvi, then he doesn't have revive. I think that's the play. If he bans my Predator, which he might, which would be the move for him, and I ban Hilvi, I might go first. He doesn't have speed aura. Yeah, he banned Rotos. I think this might... I mean, I meant Rotos when I said Predator. This guy might know that I have Death Dealer on Rotos, which is like my way to deal with Bayek. I'm pretty sure this guy knows, because the last guy didn't know to ban Rotos, so we can't ignore the Bayek passive with the Death Dealer on Rotos, but we can just polymorph him on Predator, so... polymorph him on Armans. I messed up the names a couple times of the champions, but you know what I meant. Oh, it's Mercurial Bayek. Fuck. The other ones were not. I think this is the first Mercurial Bayek I met. It's also a little bit higher health than the other ones, not that high. Maybe this is not the nuker. Maybe this is just Mercurial to stay alive and not the nuke Bayek. Okay, this is gonna be a weird battle. Wait, I should have hit Bayek and not Grixia. It's gonna be... Okay, that's not a nuker. It's gonna be the first one of its kind. So... Oh, should I just do A2 or A1? I think I do A1 actually. Armand is not gonna die yet with that protection. Let's just save it for the next turn to get more out of it. But even though we can't crit, we can just polymorph it. And it's also very low health and he doesn't have reviver or heals. So I feel like we can still kill him even with the Bayek passive up, actually. Maybe I can get the Marius with the A2 there, I'm not sure. Fuck, I wanna do A1, but I think I have to do A2 here. I don't want the Predator to die. Okay, saving the A2 was worth it. I think we just do A2. I don't think I might not even kill the Marius here. But let's just dwindle down the health. He doesn't have heals anyway, so... Yeah, I think we're good. It's kind of funny. I have seen more Bayek than Solanar. I've been talking with some whales and some drivers, and I think people have like more expectations for Solanar than Bayek. Both of them are like getting used a little bit and are like, they have potential, but they're kind of niche. But so far, I have actually seen a lot more Bayek than Solanar, but people have been glazing Solanar to me a lot more than Bayek. But people like both of them. They're not like super hyped about them, but both of them are like people are talking about them. Which is more than you can say for most of the champions in the game. No, we didn't... Okay, it's not bad. That's not bad. Can we go in before the nukers? We didn't get enfeebled, so... No, okay, it's over. We're gonna get block revived. We don't have any kills, yeah, okay. It was a good try, it was kind of close, little bit RNG. The Mercurial Bayek was kind of throwing me off, because I was expecting it to be Stone Skin Nuker, like every single Bayek I have seen so far. And I couldn't... if I could just polymorph it and do one turn on Predator, the battle would have been over. And the Marius was really low health. If I just had a little bit more damage, even with the Bayek passive, it would have been fine. But it was a good attempt. Honestly, I feel like I almost made the right picks and bans. It was just a really close one. Kind of made sense to ban the healer there, because he doesn't have like heals at all or revives, even with the Bayek passive. Even with the Bayek passive. Interesting battle. Anyway, oh what fuck, I didn't queue. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Now time is kind of ticking out, there's only 20 minutes to farm some points. Oh, we got the mad player. I don't know if this guy wants to collect the gems or not, but would be kind of funny if he does. He picked the Armans too. I bet like he picked it because he knows I like to pick it. Maybe not, but I feel like surely this guy wouldn't normally pick Armans, but who knows. I think I just go Empress. Maybe I go triple nuker against this guy, but I'm not gonna really pick Rotos against him or anything else. Well, to your comment about men don't pull hair, if you have a real fight, I don't think there's rules. That's kind of the issue. So if you actually have like a fight, then that's gonna happen. Plus we were children, so we were by definition not men back then, so... Am I still gonna pick Rotos? Nah. What do I pick? I kinda wanna get a lot of Wand against this. So... Doesn't have too much immunity. Should I actually go with Carnage? Just YOLO this. Pray for Wand procs, and yeah, let's do this. Just pray for Wand procs. I'll pick as much Wands as possible on my team. Literally everybody in this team is in Wand of Submission except Duchess, so we have 4 Wands, 1 Marius or 1 Armans. Let's see what happens. What do I ban? I think I'm still gonna ban Odin even with all of those Wands, and I'm just gonna hope that we do well against Armans, but then he has Solanar against Carnage. Maybe I have to go Solanar ban. Feel like which one of these is worse, Solanar or Odin? Predator would do well against it, but I feel like he's gonna ban my Predator. Yeah, of course he's gonna do it. Fucker. Okay, Solanar ban was, I think, the move, but we're still fucked. I don't think I can do this. I don't have the SP passive against mad players. That's the issue. Okay, let's see what you got. Not too much Mercurial. Odin is in 2-piece, or like, is it 6-piece, whatever. It's has 2 stacks, not 9. That's kind of odd. I guess it's still better than alternatives. Probably he doesn't have like a good banner with a lot of speed, and he doesn't want to go 9-piece because of that, would be my guess, which makes sense. Let's see. So far not too bad, honestly. The fact that I'm not already dead is more than I was expecting. Okay, there went... I broke the Wand when he did the 8-2, and I was in Stone Skin, and I couldn't even be stunned, and he was also in it. And then I didn't proc it when he went for the Polymorph, when it would have mattered. That being said though, we're gonna get some kills. Unless he gets... please don't get 2-turn Enfeeble on me here, please don't. Okay, good. I was like jinxing myself. This was looking so good start against this guy that I wasn't expecting to. If he got Enfeeble and then Mastery prolonged it to 2 turns, I would have been screwed. Okay. I wasn't expecting to kill any of his champions to get any turns against this guy, so we're already winning in my books, but let's see that if we can actually win against him. And he's not going like easy against me. Like, I feel like the Armand's pick was a little bit unexpected, but I can't pick it now. But Odin teams just, Odin teams counter me so hard. This is a nightmare matchup for me. This is not a good matchup at all. Fucking Odin passive. I hate him so much. We can't hit anybody. They have both block damage and unkillable. And increased defense, but that doesn't even come into play. Where is the wand? Okay, we're still gonna lose, but it was pretty good. At least we got couple kills and fought back against him. I mean, if Marius would have proc the wand in those last 2 times that he got CC'd, I think I could have won this battle. I feel like either one of those he dodged, maybe I could have won, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, it's over. Now we broke SP. Now when it's not... Now when we have enfeeble and it doesn't matter. Okay. That's what happens when your win condition is based on RNG. Sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss. But we got kills. At least I didn't die in 5 seconds without taking a turn. I could have had worse RNG than I did. Well, Matt, not, I mean, I'm down to talk about that, but I'm sure most people in chat don't want to talk about it. I feel like they're like kind of, tied to each other, One is carrot for the other, and, there's more reasons than one to do those things. Ah, fuck. I am behind in the chat again. I wasn't for most of the stream, but now I was getting too many monologues. Now we're really behind. I don't know what happened. I think he got bugged out or something. I mean, I'm not saying like, I hate the US, but, I definitely don't agree with the US, like, just starting wars around all of the world. I wish they would stop it. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of good things about the US culture, but, the constant wars is pretty relevant thing. Even for rural Finnish people, it affects even us, like oil prices, you name it, Not to get into too weeds about every single specific war, but a lot of them. I mean, well, I don't want to say most, because there's actually a lot of wars going on, but a lot of the wars these days are, US is participating in almost everything. I wish people would just focus on their own shit and let other people deal with their own problems. Okay, Arbiter pick. I feel like I fought this guy like yesterday. I think he picked Arbiter then too, and I was saying about it in that battle as well. Okay, what can we do about this? I think we just go Rotos. I could go Carnage too. Maybe this is a Carnage battle. I think Carnage is good against both of the nukers, and he doesn't have any lockout yet or immunity, so there's a good chance that he's not like gonna fully counter the Carnage pick. Well, there goes lockout and immunity, so fuck. What do we do? I think I go for Sifi ban and then pick like Ancora or Donatello. I think we go on Donatello and the Sifi. Is that dumb? Should I just go Fabian and something else? Maybe that's dumb. Nah. Well, let's try. Probably I should have banned the Fabian though. Sifi is kind of out of meta. It feels not that she's bad. I mean, she's good. Of course, I would use her if I had her, but it feels a little bit weird to ban a Sifi because she's not meta right now. Not very common pick at all. And Fabian is like maybe the best thing out there pretty much, but I have Donatello against it. Okay, this time we procced the SP like exactly when we needed it. Now we can actually get some counterattack procs and dwindle them down, though they don't even have immunity, so we don't even need to buff strip it, but now we might actually get them debuffed. Wait, did he? I'm confused. I don't think he even locked me out. Ah, I'm so confused. I don't think he locked me out at all. Right? Anyone in the chat help me. He didn't lock me out, right? I went first. I didn't get locked out. I wasn't paying attention. I feel like I wasn't. No, I was. Oh, fuck. It was still faster than me. Okay, my bad. I was getting confused there for a second. I might have thrown this battle. Okay, we didn't get banded. It's happened quite a few times that I didn't actually get locked out, and I assumed that I did. And I'm hesitating a little bit. But I guess he just weak hit on Armans. Please, okay, I think he's gonna go before me with the Embers. Okay, okay, good. No weak hit, please. Okay, I kind of ended this battle, to be fair, but I think we won, even though I didn't deserve it. Happens. I feel like this happened the last time, something like this too. I feel like I barely won against him and I shouldn't have, or something. And he also picked Arbiter. Okay, we'll take the win. Would be nice to have like combat lock. People were asking for combat lock, and then so that we can see the relic procs, and then Plarium has the relics like blinking for like 0.5 seconds and then going out. Just give us combat lock so that we can double check what actually happened. We could see the relics from there and who's locked out and this kind of stuff. It would make a lot of sense. I hope Plarium does it. I've asked for it multiple times in the content creator chat. Not that my input is powerful, but I have tried, and a couple other people said the same thing too. I don't recall out of the top of my head who exactly to shout out them, but multiple, like, I said something about it, and multiple other content creators were discussing about it too. This was not like, not today, this was maybe like a couple of weeks ago or month ago or something. Okay, this is kind of crazy team. This guy has a lot of +3s. He really wants to get those champions done. +3 is a lot less bad than +4, but it's still pretty intimidating. No lockout yet. Is he even gonna pick lockout at all? This is gonna be a really annoying team with the double revivers. I feel like he's gonna pick lockout as last, so that I can ban one of them. Maybe cooldown reset on my own team would be good. I wish I had Grixia. Grixia would be such a great pick against him. I would get basically everything that I need. Buff strip, cooldown reset and lockout on them. It would be good. I mean, they're all mythics, but it would still be good. I'll go with Donatello anyway. Maybe for the offensive utility, even if he's not going with lockout. I mean, the Donatello passive can be pretty good against Nice as well, to prevent one of your squeezy support champions like Armans getting block revived at the start of the battle. It does help me out sometimes. Fuck. now I'm feeling like, fuck, I should have gone with Mod, but we do have the cleanse, so let's see if the Donatello pick was the right one. I don't know if I'm gonna kill anybody, but we do it anyway. Yeah, they're all kind of tanky, but we do have the cooldown reset, so we can kind of afford to spam the cooldowns even against all of the boss. Oh, he has Xibia's Servitude on. Nice, that's good thing to notice at this point. So that I don't make wrong choices later on in the battle, but that's gonna make this really hard. Predator is my only nuker, and he's running double reviver, so I think instead of usually when I got Rotos and this kind of matchup, I try to kill the other ones first and then I kill Nice last. I think instead of just killing them, it's more important that we go for block revives, even if I could get multiple kills doing something else. Damn. The CC is real. Is it even worth to do the A2? Maybe not right now. What is Bayek's passive? It's something like if your champions have more accuracy, then the enemy can't crit on you, but Death Dealer ignores that mechanic. Or, you know, if you just polymorph the champion, then, or, you know, you could proc polymorph or cheap them on Armans, then it's also not gonna apply. Okay, okay. Maybe I, you know, I almost thought I could, I had a chance there, but he put me in my place. Yeah, I think Odin is kind of strong. Odin is one of my most hated champions. I don't do well against him. He's just the, the bully of go second teams. It's so annoying. Even if you somehow survive the buff strip and stun and decrease defense and everything, by the time that you get a turn, they're all gonna have block damage, and then when you get another turn, you're stunned, and it's just annoying. Yeah, Nakas Koglund, we kind of some people avoid it and will never talk about it. I'm kind of talk about politics pretty often. Not that I want to make every conversation about it, but I'm not like avoiding the topic. I'm definitely down to talk about it. It's kind of 50-50 because some people will get really annoyed and they just want a game. But, some of the people want to talk about everything, like politics and even religion, like you mentioned. What do I ban here? Should I go R-base ban on this one? Or one of the Nugers? We're not gonna be able to ban his only Speed Aura or Reviver in this battle. I think I go R-base ban. Yeah, he banned Rotos, the Predator, and we're Rotos against R-base, so it was the right choice. Yeah, I can show my Carnage build after the battle. It's pretty normal. It's 4-piece Swift Parry, 4-piece Stone Skin. I think Mercurial is gonna be the way to go, like, on most of the champions these days. Especially on Carnage. There's other champions with specific good synergy with the set too, like even Nukers. But often you don't want to have too much damage on Carnage. It's more important to debuff the team than kill enemy champions instantly. And you don't want to kill them in like one hit when you do A3. So you actually really don't want to build Carnage in lethal. You often don't want to have too much damage, and Mercurial, obviously you would be more tanky and not get CC'd, and you wouldn't get too much damage, so probably it's gonna be the build that everybody does eventually. I wish Duchess didn't get feared there. We could have killed the Marius with her. Well, he still has decreased defense, so maybe not the full damage. Okay, Rotos barely survived it. Just barely. No, wait, is he gonna... Okay. I need to land this A2. Rotos is in trouble if Empress goes before us. Okay, it's over. Wait, do I have Donatello passive still? Okay, no. Okay. That's kind of unlucky. If Duchess didn't get feared, we would have been fine, but she did. Okay. Little bit tanked there. Almost I got all of the rewards, but not quite. I wanted to see the last mythic material crafting. I think I have some other stuff though that I can craft. Well, not a lot. Yeah, nothing too fancy. I think I pretty much did all of the annoying stuff today. I don't think I even have too much things to do. Oh fuck, I forgot to show the Carnage build. Let me whip it out from the Hellhades website. There's link to my optimizer in description, so you can see all of my builds from there as well. That's what I'm running on Carnage, nothing insane, pretty basic build. I haven't even fully chaos dusted his pieces. Like, helmet and shield are health and chest is health, it's not perfect. I don't have like blessing on him, though I'll get 4-star blessing on next season already. But he's not like... I haven't invested on him too much, he's gonna get better. He's kind of a weird champion. Because I feel like he actually doesn't need that good build. It's more about if he gets to use his 8-3 against enemy without them having immunity. It's more about the rest of your team, honestly. Carnage is kind of the star of the show when he gets to go in the right situation. But you don't need crazy damage on him or even crazy speed on him. Obviously we could have better everything, but he doesn't... it's more about the matchup and your rest of team than him, honestly. He hasn't been the focus of my gear, but I will definitely focus on him eventually, though it's probably gonna be in 9-piece Mercurial. I do read Twitch chat, but you know, I do take my monologues and sometimes a bit slow. I have like, I can show it to you. I have this program that merges the YouTube and Twitch chat. I can go like to Twitch chat or YouTube. Obviously I'm getting like infinitely more comments on YouTube. So I focus on that, or like I might miss the Twitch chat sometimes because there's more comments on YouTube, but I do see them together. So I don't think this one shows when people raid me, because on last stream there was, I guess, few raids and I didn't see them, and people were tagging me in the CC chat that, bro, we raided you and you said nothing, what's up with that? And I was maybe being a little bit rude, but I couldn't even see it. I had no idea. I wasn't looking at the actual Twitch client, and I'm always behind in the chat anyway, so... what is Arrested Development? I have no idea what that is. It's like a TV show? Is it some kind of political term? I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a TV show, okay. The thing about Carnage with his accuracy, I mean, you definitely want it, and like I said, you really don't need... The damage is not focused on his build, so you definitely should go for accuracy and not just damage. But that being said, the Mythic champions have that OP thing that they book and you ignore enemy resistance, and he gets a lot of accuracy because of that. So he gets away with less accuracy than other nuke debuffers, which makes him a lot more consistent, but you definitely do still want to build accuracy, and mine should have like 200 more or something like that. I will definitely do it when I get a better build on him. I just haven't bothered with the Carnage too much because I don't have the blessings yet, and he's not one of my main champions, and I'm planning to switch Mercurial when we get it, so the gear is gonna be different. I don't really want to invest on the current stuff because I don't know if I'm even gonna use it at all in like 6 months or something. Oh, somebody got 6-star soul. Happens. Wait, where can I see it? Okay, I think it... No, it's not that far ago, okay. Congrats for him, I guess. Not jealous at all. Happens. Like, I would say speed, but it depends what kind of teams you run on Carnage, because generally people will build him fast and run really fast teams. However, some people do run slow Carnages on purpose on Go Second teams, which you can't really whip out that against every single matchup. But sometimes if enemy is running Go Second team and you're running even slower Go Second team, it's really good. Generally, you would want to build him really fast though, like 300 plus if you can. Which I totally could do it, but I just, like I said, I didn't put my best stuff on him because I'm not planning to use that gear. I will definitely make him in Mercurial. I have to swap out the Kimi gear, but I mean I could make like way better team than this, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to. It's enough that I have to give gear to Kimi when I run my keys. So it's a little bit, you know, scuffed team. It's the champions that I already have geared plus Kimi. Cardiel is not new for me. I got Cardiel long time ago. I used to use Cardiel in Classic Arena back in the day when he was new. Well, I didn't get him like instantly, but not maybe like 6 months after his release or something like that. Maybe something like that. It's so long time ago. I don't remember the exact timeline, but I've had him for a long time. He used to be in my defense team. At times I was running him in resistance in offense against lockout teams, but I'm not really using him these days, and nobody else is either. Did you send me a DM, Chicken Noodle? I didn't check GMs at all. Okay. Okay, yeah, you get it. I'll put you on the list. Congrats. You can also put it on whatever account you want. If you don't, I didn't know you were driving for that account, but if you want to give it to somebody else, we can give it to whatever account of your choosing. It doesn't have to be this account. It can be that or whatever you want. Driver privileges, but it's, you know, it's fine. Wait, it wasn't this battle, it was kind of close. I did get a couple kills. I didn't get completely destroyed in that battle. Okay, nice. It's kind of hard to get winners on the competition, but we did get one today. Yeah, you can give them to UC or whoever you want. Other people have done that in the past. I haven't specifically asked from Bloodroom is that okay, but I'm pretty sure it's okay. They kind of said that what was it? Oh yeah, like the one thing is that couple times I gave like the same person won twice during the same giveaway, and Parium was asking me about that, but then they were like, okay, it's like kind of against the rules, but if it's not like lottery, and if it's based on like live arena battles on a stream, then we will make an exception and allow one person to win it multiple times. But they did ask me about that not long ago. I think maybe in January or something like that, but yeah. As long as you won, you can decide the account. I mean, if you just send me whatever ID, it's not like I could... Even if you do send me what like your ID or another account's ID, I wouldn't know what the account is anyway, so there is that. I think somebody... I feel like UC maybe gave the reward. Or wait, is somebody not geared? I think UC maybe gave reward couple times to Rats, or somebody else did. I think maybe Unready gave it to like somebody. I don't think he gave it to Rats, but I think somebody in Mad gave it to somebody else maybe. Couple times, I don't remember who it was, but I think Unready has one different giveaways that I have done multiple times. I think including the live arena, but also other ones. Probably the all-time giveaway winners is like Rats, Unready, and Dragon Balls, maybe. From my memory at least. Thank you. I don't think my aimers is particularly strong, to be honest, but thank you. It's kind of average. Yeah, I used to be one of those people to chicken noodles back in the day when I was relevant. Obviously, even okay, how can we not do fucking... do I need to make a new team? I feel like this was working before. I don't want to switch gear. Can I do this with other champions without switching gear? Okay, we just go with this. I totally forgot my train of thought. Oh yeah, so in Blood Push I used to do the same thing. I used to specialize in farming specific teams, and I couldn't... Even when I was finishing high rank, I couldn't hit like 90% of teams. I was just looking for a couple specific people that I would be able to beat at the time. And it kind of depended a lot on the meta. Because if the people that I could farm were really high rank, then I could get really high rank. It kind of depended. But sometimes I couldn't find any teams that I can... Okay, what's wrong with the setup? Sometimes I couldn't find any teams that I can beat at high rank. And sometimes I could. Like, I remember the last time that I got top 3. I feel like it was the next reset after Python Fusion ended, or maybe like the second next reset. And I was farming Timo. I hit Timo like, I want to say like the max amount of times. And Timo was running Python defense with, I don't remember, like Rotos or Mortu. And he was like rank 1 basically. I think he was in the top 3, let's say, but I think he dropped off at the end. I think he was rank 3, but I was farming big point guy, and because of that it went well. Okay, fuck this. So some speed is wrong. This was definitely working before. I need to pay attention to this. I really don't want to make PvE teams where I need to switch gear on champions. That's why my Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun are kind of scuffed too. But of course I could do better and faster teams in them, but I don't do them. I use the arena champions that in the same builds and speeds that they are. But why is this not working? Okay, so he's cutting in with the Kimi. I feel like this was working before. Maybe somebody is on the wrong set, like maybe Kimi is in the wrong set. Okay, I need to do this without Kimi. What team I can do? I don't want to give gimme gear anyway. Can I just do it if I... What's the name of the dwarf? This guy. I think I need to do it then without sulfur and maybe. I used to do it with Herndік back in the day, but I forget what team I used to do in Dark Fate, to be honest. And I think I used to have some champions built specifically for this, but I don't remember what builds it was or what champions. Wait, that's the wrong one. This is kind of funny content to get stuck at. Dark Fate is super easy, but you kind of need to have some kind of speed tune team or setup with specific skill order or rules. But it's very easy boss. It's one of the easiest boss because you just need to play with the mechanics and you can do it with like uncommons only if you want to. But I don't want to change the gear. Okay. No gimme and we're good. Okay. Improvement, let's go. I don't think my Cardiel has any gear. You said Cardinal, I assume you meant Cardiel. I don't think my Cardiel has any gear right now, and I don't want to do it. Wait, no, it has. Oh yeah, you're right. I have him in. I put him in Swift Parry that I'm not using on anybody. I mean, I think it's good for like speed runs. The thing here that matters is just the start of the boss battle, that I kill or CC the copies before they take a turn. After that, you know, the rest of the Nugars don't matter. So probably I could do this maybe faster with Cardiel, but it's not big deal. I could maybe switch one of the Nugars for Cardiel, but then Cardiel is gonna be faster and maybe it's gonna take a few more turns on the waves and make it slower. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, you can do... I made videos about this in the past. You can literally do this with like 4 army girls and just like one champion that seizes the minions, like Allure, for like anything. You can literally do this without any good champions, but this is fine. I'm not trying to go for speedruns. I think I've done this in like... I did speedrun at one time just to flex on it, but I'm over it. I think everybody else is too. We're just farming it. Even the farming part, how I used to be excited when we get the Dark Fate rotation on Doom Tower. How relevant is this set gonna be, like, down the line? I mean, sure, we are gonna use Savage and Lethal, but it's not like the only or the main thing to do anymore. Like, it's not that big deal. I already have pretty good Lethal. It's gonna take a lot to get improvements. It's not gonna be a big deal. Even if I do get them, so it's kind of, you know, whatever. It's kind of how Perception used to be back in the day. Now Perception also doesn't matter at all, but it's kind of on the same level. Maybe if I get like, you know, the level of upgrades for me at this point on Lethal, it has to be legendary, all good stats. And even then, it might not be upgrade. I might have equal piece, or if the stats are not like, let's say it's like all in on crit rate and it's not like high speed, or it's basically if it's like a lot of crit damage or crit rate instead of speed, then it's still not gonna be upgrade. So of course it's still worth to farm it, but it's not the biggest deal. I rather say my RNG and Chaosaur on other stuff. I'm definitely not Chaosauring lethal pieces, and neither should you. Same deal with Marius. I don't have him geared. I can make him fast, but he's not even geared, so this is good enough. On this champion, Herndік and Acresia, I never take their gear away because it's like really really crappy sets. And Nini also has his own set that I'm not touching. And Sulfuron and Gallows are built for PvP, so... Chavo... That's a hard name. Chavo Rukko, yeah, you can use it on anybody, like... assuming that she's like level 1 and you're not like wasting too much, yeah. You can use Barrel on any champion that is level 60, or I mean 6 star and level 1. It doesn't make any difference if it's like uncommon or mythic, so might as well. And there's no like special reason to save them or anything like that, so... If you already have him at relatively high level, it's a little bit waste to use Barrel, but if not, then sure. Okay, I think we're about done for today's stream though, because live arena ended and it's getting late. I need to do my... Well, it's kind of late to work out, but I want to get one more session in today before I go sleep, because I'm on that grind. So next stream is gonna be on Sunday, and that's it. Have a nice day or night.